Hi, good people. Welcome to my podcast. Marriage is a scam with a sherry on top. Today, I don't know which side to be on. Because this is one of those special cases where we've had so many times where the media is all up in arms about deadbeat fathers. So my husband shared with me he went for these men's meeting in a church, and the pastor started talking about deadbeat fathers, and the pastor was so sad because even in the church, we have so many men who are absconding their responsibility as fathers to children they had before they got married. Then a guy stood up and shared from his heart. Ni kama alikuwa anangojea aulizwe. And I'm sure this guy did not plan to do this, because you don't find a man planning to go and break down in front of other men. This was one of those rare occasions. He stood up and he said, he's in that situation. And he's not a deadbeat father, but everybody calls him that. Because he got married. He had a relationship with this lady. It didn't work out. They had a child. And he's gotten married to somebody else. He cannot see his child because the baby mama is making it impossible. It has actually resulted to emotional blackmail. He's tried and tried and tried. Now, between the baby mama and his wife, the guy is in such a mess. He says this baby mama keeps faking emergencies at the middle of the night. And this guy says many times this lady calls me at the middle of the night, interrupting family time with my wife. And even that night, he doesn't want me to go with my wife. He specifically says, you come alone. Don't bring that woman near my child. And she's made it impossible for this guy to have a relationship with the son. She's made it impossible for this guy to even pay bills for the child. Does not want to hear of, they can't agree on insurance because he's thinking, these medical emergencies, can I get an insurance? It's not working. The lady doesn't want. So he's wondering. He talked and talked and talked, and he was all tears, and the rest of the men didn't know what to do to this guy. Not even the pastor. And other men were waiting for, solutions, and apparently it didn't happen. I know it's difficult for men to address this kind of issues. I don't know a few forums where men can go and share, and actually not just for the sake of sharing. Men are not like women. As to go for somewhere, share just the fact that you have said, you've talked about it, you feel better. Majority of the men, they need a solution to whatever problem they're battling. So this just brings me to think about every time you hear somebody being called a deadbeat father, is he really a deadbeat father? Now, maybe this time I want to talk to the ladies. I don't know how you ended up being a baby mama, because we have women who go out there hunting down these guys for one reason or another, and many times it's because the guy has money. They're thinking, this is my ticket out, wherever it is I am. The minute this guy fathers my child, life is going to be better for me. There are those ones. And then there are others who were in a serious relationship, and they actually thought, this is it. I'm going to get married to this guy. So having a child is not really a big deal. We are getting married anyway. And for some reason, it doesn't work out. You end up with a child and the guy marries somebody else. This is what I want. And I'm not talking about women who decide to accessorize with babies. I've gotten in such trouble, especially when I address this in my meetings. And someone were telling me, it's easy for you because you're married. Well, maybe. But let me tell you something. I am one of those children. I don't think my parents accessorized with me, but they were teenagers when they got me. it wasn't a very easy life. Because they both grew up and everybody got married to other people. I am one of those children. Didn't have my mom to call my own, didn't have my dad to call my own. No. Don't feel sorry for me. My grandmother filled the gap. And she gave me the best life she could. My dad paid the bills, yes. But emotionally, I don't think so. My mom, every time I went to her, because of the issues she had with my dad, half the time she used to take it out on me. Forget even about that. What I'm saying is, as a kid who did not come from, a normal setup of, because again I get in trouble with this when they call that setup, because the norm right now is blended family. That's the norm. Even if you have a setup where you have a father, mother, and children, sometimes one of those parents have children outside, so it becomes a blended family. What I'm saying is, it's very difficult for a child not to be a priority to the parents or one of the parents. It's not an easy thing, and most of the time the kids are so messed up. I didn't know how bad I was messed up until I got married and had my own children. I didn't even know how to love them because I never experienced such kind of love. Lucky me, I had a lot of help. And right now I'm so intentional. Yeah, but I'm also very practical. I remember when my kids were younger, when they were toddlers. I've fed you, I've bathed you, I've changed your diaper, I've done everything. Why are you crying? I never used to understand. And I'll put the baby down there and just watch them cry because I don't know what else to do. I've done everything. And my kids picked that up very quickly. Throwing a tantrum is not gonna get attention from this woman. I remember my kid crying. I mean, they're trying to stop because they're not crying. It's not going to help. What I'm saying is, it was a mess. And half the time, the women or the baby mamas decide because they didn't have a good relationship with the father, the kid is not going to have a relationship with the father. And they will try as much as possible to frustrate the whole process. Like, this guy is married. You have no business faking those emergencies at the middle of the night and telling him to come without his wife. Chances are the wife is already insecure. You have a past with the husband. Why are you calling him at the middle of the night? Why? Why can't you just accept the insurance? And if the kid is sick, take the kid to the hospital. Because we don't want to say the kid is not sick. Maybe the kid is sick. Maybe the kid is not sick. You know better. But you're interfering in somebody else's marriage. And half the time, we even badmouth these men. So the kid hates the father. And that's not even healthy for the child. And then they grow up. And then they realize you lied. Right now, I know so many women who blocked and frustrated the whole process of their child having a relationship with their father for their own personal reason. This kid, by the way, did not decide. He didn't make this kind of decision with you to be born under those circumstances. We say kids are blessings, and I agree with that. So it has happened. Please don't interfere with the process. So these kids grew up and they seek their father. You've been lying or even not telling them who the dad is or say all sorts of things. Then they grow up because at some point, most kids, not all, but most of them, they go looking for that because they want to know their identity. And they can't if they don't know who the father is. And they go looking, they would ask anyone. And you have no idea what they can do. They can turn this world upside down so they can meet their father. A majority of the kids have. And then the father gets to tell the other side of the story. Everything else you have done. Because they know women make sacrifices. And some would even they will refuse to get married because they're thinking life is going to be harder for my child. You make those huge sacrifices. Your life literally stops for your child. And then she or he grows up seeking their dad. They meet the father sets the record straight, and you become the enemy. I have seen a number of women going into a depression because of that. Was it worth it? You made a mistake. It wasn't your decision to make. Please do not protect these children from their father. Let them find out. You already made the mistake. You picked this dad for them. So there could be so many other good fathers out there. But this bad one is theirs. Let them find out for themselves. I know it's heartbreaking for you as a woman to sit there, the guy, because they will be like, they're not consistent. Mara they're coming, Mara they're not. You know, you got your child ready with like a backpack, looking so cute. You know, dressed in their Sunday best, waiting for the father, then the brother doesn't show up. And it doesn't happen once or twice. Their little hearts are broken. They see, they know, they understand more than you think. You keep doing that, they will make their own decision. Half the time, kids in their teenagehood, because of the heartbreak and everything else from that particular guy, they decide, I don't want to have any relationship with this guy. They made that decision, not you. And they will remember that. Even if they come seeking, they will have a place to start the conversation from. Like, no, my mother didn't tell me. I kept waiting for you. You didn't show up. It's got nothing to do with my mom. You clean up your own mess. But in this particular situation, this guy is craving to have a relationship with his child. Please don't stand in the way. A boy needs his father. You know, you could be a good mom. You could be everything. You know, but he needs his father. He doesn't need any other father figure because he has his own dad. He needs his father. And I know most of the time we try to make up. You know, and then we have mothers standing in for both mom and dad. And I know, I don't say that you can't. You can't in so many ways. But let me tell you something. As a woman, you can't teach a boy how to be manly. This is not an acquired skill. Only a man can teach a man how to be a man. You force it, you will end up with a pink man or pink boy. Story for another day. This really breaks my heart. I watched was one of those exciting episodes. But this particular one, I think ladies, we do this a lot. Our own problems, we load them on our children. Let's not do that. My name is Getrude Mungai, and this is Marriage is a Scam with a Cherry on Top. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my podcast. Follow me on my social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You know, come to Tetezo Shop. Nitakukaribisha na mikono miwili. Asante sana and God bless.